Hi friends, this is E. Prashant, second BSc Computer Science from KCS Kasinada College of Arts and Science. Today we are going to see the topic The Lost Clock by James Thurber. First, we are going to see about the author. James Thurber was an American cartoonist, author, humorist, journalist, playwright, and also well known for children's book author and celebrated wit. He is best known for his cartoon and short stories. The Lost Clock is one of the famous and humorous short stories written by him. Next, see the main characters which are present in the short story. The main character is Ogre, and it is an imaginary character too. Let's see that large and ugly monsters having large heads. It looks like a giant or a monster with large heads, hands, legs, and etc. Let's see the introduction. This is fable. The short story is based on a fable. Fable means imaginary. See that animal characters who speak and act like a human beings. For example, Panchatantra. You all know about Panchatantra. In Panchatantra, animals speak and act like a human beings. Let's get into the summary. There was an ogre who has a strange habit of eating clocks. Her room was fully filled with the parts of clock like dials, coils, springs, broken clock hands, and pieces of pendulum. The ogre noticed the change in her speech with all T's and A's. So she called for a doctor, but the doctor refused to treat her and he suggested for a clockman. When the ogre told him about his speech, the doctor suggested her to call a semanticist or etymologist. The ogre called for a clockman, but there came a clogman. See the difference? The name difference, clockman and a clogman. And he explained his profession clearly. He could not do anything with the problem of an ogre. Next, the ogre got to the general, and he too refused to see the problem of a ogre, and he also said that, ogre, you are like a public place clock tower. The ogre referred a volume who is in the area to treat my problem. It had a name of specialist in that area. She came across many people connected with the clock like clockmaker, clocksmith, clockologist, and etc. And all of them were confused because it's a rare case. Meanwhile, the ogre ate all the clocks in the town mantle. Example, grandfather clock, alarm clocks, and etc. by sprinkling them with the watches as salt and pepper. Thus, the town had no clock to find at time. People overslept, factories had to close and down, workers stayed at home, and no work took place in time because there is no clock to find at time. The Lord Mayor convened a meeting to find a solution to this problem, but the members did not come in time. He called physiognomologists to witness stand. He concluded that it is a case of a clock eating since there was no scientific data. And then he looked for his wristwatch. Even that is also missing. The clockonist was the next to be questioned. He explained how consumers of clocks have increased and there is a great demand of clocks. Even if they got a one clock, there will be great demand between the people for the clock to see a time. Next was the clock shopper. He meant a physical extent of a clock as a dogs. Listen, the clocks as a dogs were the concept. He looked at the clocks as an object and he said that it was outside of his range and interest, and he left the council without wasting the time. The clockmakers were called. The mayor thought that clockmakers and augur were a team. The mayor accused them for working hand in glove with augur. Finally, they said augur is being a container of clocks and he must be exported. But in the same time, they have a doubt how human body can be exported. By then, augur fell sick. The augur sent for a diagnosis of a medical academy as a material. He couldn't diagnose the disease because it is a rare case and a rare disease. From the mayor, the case was taken to the Supreme Council, and the Supreme Magistrate presided ever. The first accused was a housewife whose complaint was that without the clock she couldn't boil the egg for 3 minutes. The argument went on the Great Terminal, a main street, suggested to use a sundial, but the prosecutor said that it wouldn't help in night because it's a waste of time. The sundial only works in morning time, not in a night time. Like that, the prosecutor said. Suddenly, there was a long silence. The clock in the council room struck an hour, and everybody turns towards the clock. That was the last clock in the town. The Supreme Magistrate suggested to clip the clock tower for everyone to see the time. When they were planning to protect it from the ogre, they received a news that ogre died for her sickness. Then the collector argued that the clock should be kept in the museum, and it was a rare piece. Let's see the conclusion. So the next day they waited for the clock to stop by itself. The clock was stopped at 9 minutes to 12, and with a proper ceremony they took it to the museum. Thank you guys.